Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today with Aviation EWR. Today, as you can tell, we're doing something a bit different. Today we have a livery that recently made. That's the United Starlines livery. I decided to get this livery ever since it came out. Ever since NG Models made this livery. Since I never got the model, I decided, hey, why not? I'll just make the livery from the airplane. Just about the exact same. On the inside, we do have the usual cabin we would have. And yeah. So right now we are on approach for 04 left for Boston. And so today I decided I'd do landings at my favorite airport, or at my favorite airports. So the first airport we're going to land at is Boston. Just going to get that set to squawk mode, or squawk mode Charlie, or TARA. As you can tell, we do have a bunch of snow. This ortho does not have snow, so that's something that's not the best. One thing I'd like to say is this note is from Sam. There's the Sam Color and Seasons. If you get the Sam Suite, you could you can download it all at once. We need the base first. So this is a livery I personally made. I will be posting a link. As you can see, it also has stuff that is had the registration. So it does say 0315 tops. On the back it does say 0219 as it does on the real airplane. So right now we got Boston to our left, and we got Boston Logan ahead of us. Don't know why that boat is taxiing. That's been an issue I've had where boats that go around this area, boats around this area, but then the one cruise ship just goes through the airport. I've actually took a picture and actually sent it to my friend. It said, and I wrote something like Boat 1 clear to the FedEx ramps via Alpha Whiskey. So yeah. So right now we are a bit too high, but we can fix that. I haven't flown this plane in some time. Especially since I kind of need to calibrate my throttle because this is full back and you can see how it's like twitching everywhere. So yeah, our altitude is good. We do need to trim the nose up. We're going to continue falling. Let's trim it up to our level flight. Just like that. We're going to get to 1 white, 3 red, because that's how I like to land 737. I actually get a bit low and flare at the last moments. We are a bit too fast. We should be at like 140-ish knots. 144 knots would seem good enough. We're a bit too low, so I'm going to start to level off. I'm going to wait till I get 1 white, 3 red, and then after that I will, you know, just get more or less aligned. Right now we're almost on the ground. We're going to cut our throttle right around this area. We're going to continue slowing down to 144.
50, 40.
And here at 50 feet, we're going to start flaring up. 20 feet, flare. 10 feet, flare it a bit more. Add some throttle. And there we go. Minus 116.49 feet per minute for 1G. Outer brakes are doing their thing. We can go to reverse throttle. Spoilers will come out. And there we go. Welcome to Boston. This is our Mr. 80 knots. Cross-checked, cursor stowed. Flaps come full up. Landing lights would come off, you know, we turn them on. We can start using manual brakes. Turn that off. And use manual brakes. And go cut on throttle. So,
sign is turned off. Please make sure that you have all of your personal belongings and be careful in opening overhead compartments.
Look at our replay.
You're now free to use your mobile phones and small lightweight devices in transmit mode. If you are connecting, please check the United app on your mobile device or see the airport displays for up-to-date flight status and gate information.
So let's see.
On behalf of United, our Star Alliance partners, and your entire flight crew, thanks for flying at Finley Sky with us today. We hope you had a pleasant experience.
We actually touched down in the touchdown zone, as you can, I don't know if you saw, but touchdown zone are these boxes, and as you can see, we actually touched down right in those areas. That's right where we touched down, right in the touchdown zone. So it's pretty nice. Let's do that in slow-mo. That was actually pretty smooth. You don't really see the can do a tower view, front of the cockpit view, and move on to the next airport, which is going to be O'Hare, which is my hometown airport. And then in third place, if I don't forget, we're gonna have Newark. And so the last view is going to be tower view. Now we can hide this since when we're down, yeah. So net it was clear to land, 0 for left. There we go, right on the touchdown zone. Beautiful. Now we can turn off replay mode. Alright, so I'll resume when we're loading for the next airport. And so here we are around our approach for the second airport. This is O'Hare. As you can tell, it's fully a lot of snow. The reason I added the snow is because I do live in by O'Hare. I live in Chicago. I'm a couple of minutes from O'Hare, and so usually there's a bunch of planes flying over. I want to take some pictures, but usually the big jets and all the nice planes, they fly at different times. So right now we're on an approach for O'Hare. The reason I chose snow is because there's a lot of snow. Max Alex, I believe, that was their name. If you are watching this, let's hope I don't fail this landing. I'm still trying to get a bit used to it because I installed a new update from some time ago, and I'm still trying to get used to this. Other than that, our barometer seems to be good at 29.92. So right now we're on an approach. Outer brakes are for 2. What you want to do is you want to have landing lights on. I'd preferably have taxi lights on for an approach. Engines can go to continuous. Seatbelt signs auto, chimes on. Fuel pumps, since back ones are good, then that can stay. This can go up to 650 feet since altitude of O'Hare is surprisingly 666 feet above water. You can tell right now my frames are 30. This is within Nimbus O'Hare, me being in the Zibo, and with all this snow. Without the snow, I believe I get 40 at most, and without Nimbus, I get around 50. Without this, I would get around 60 frames in a Cessna, and we were a bit too high, so we're going to just decrease our speed. And we're going to continue our descent a bit further. One thing I will be checking out is the tablet mode. I don't know if they've added it yet or not, but for the fly-by-wire A320, it would be nice to check that out, since people have said that that has come out. And if I do check it out, it would be really nice. I probably should turn VSync on so we're not don't have any problems with the screen tearing up, if you get what I mean by that. Okay, well, VSync is on, so if anything, it's just a problem with X-Wing. I'm gonna trim the plane up a bit since it decided to untrim itself.
1,000 feet, stabilized, approach altitude.
I don't know why, but it just decided to do that. And we're gonna go with the speed of 150 knots. I'm gonna trim out so the plane gets level. So the plane's level and doesn't go up or down. That's how you should set our trim. So trim's over 5 degrees, I guess you would say. I don't know how you would say it, but it's over 5 on the trim. I do have the Thrustmaster, not HOTAS. I have the HOTAS for my throttle, and then I have the Airbus side stick by Thrustmaster for my side stick. I used it as the first officer one, but it fits on my desk perfectly fine, so yeah. So here we are, we're at 800 feet, I guess you could say. We're still descending. Do not see the glide slope, but it still says we're a bit too
50,
high, so yeah.
40.
So we're at 50 feet,
30,
and start flaring.
20.
20 feet, cut throttle.
10.
10 feet, and flare. And there we go. Butter. And lower the nose slowly, and reverses. Spoilers come out. And there we go. Turns out our lots were at 15 the whole time, that's why we kept going down. I thought they were at 25. Anyway, we're
80
at
knots.
Chicago. We're at O'Hare. Pretty nice landing, actually. Considering, since we were so here, I am going to cavalry. See, we get around 40, 50 frames at some points here with outside view. Yeah. gonna go to tower view and replay it first at from the tower view. One thing I like is how the cars also move. Cars also do a bit of a replay, I guess you could say. I guess the traffic actually takes up, the car traffic takes up the most. Right now we're getting around, we went from 16 to 30, 40 frames. Other than that, our approach was pretty good. We flared at the right amount of time. We didn't really fall, it more or less just sounded a bit like I'm gonna increase my head shaker touchdown effect. I feel like that would be nice. Oh wow, settings really got changed than when it what I used to have it at. Look ahead should be at 25, piston engine vibration should be at 41. Touchdown I usually give it at 50, speed change should be 49. That's what my settings usually are. Somewhere around there. As you can see, we're getting around 60 frames. We do have the reader in the left-hand corner. We're getting around 60, 62 some points, but since I do have VSync on, it would stay at around 60. Other than that, we're now going to go to the right side view, which is my favorite view. On my flight to LaGuardia, which I will do after Newark, after landing at Newark. On my flight to LaGuardia, actually at this seat, actually at the seat to the left. It's actually a bit late for my flight, so I didn't get the best seat, but yeah. Now we're gonna go left side wing. Now we're gonna go in outside view and a nice cinematic view. Cinematic shot, I guess you could say. Like someone on the ground would be. Here we go, as you can see I increased the throttle. And there we go on the ground. Now the last shot is gonna be this shot right here. Let's just pause it, get to a part of the runway where it's going to look nice, and continue. So let's see, we got the 738 landing coming in for an approach. You can see how smooth it was. It wasn't actually that bad, and then her nose comes down really slowly. Then her reversers come out, and so do her spoilers. So we just do a nice outside view, and then we'll go to Newark. I do not have any super sceneries for that, but we could try it out. So now we're gonna go to Newark, KW bar. We're gonna do a 10 nautical mile approach, and since it doesn't take that long, I guess I'll see you after we're done loading. So now we're on our approach into LaGuardia. You could most definitely see. We're gonna get our spoilers out really quickly. If I remember which button it was it this? Oh, that was flaps. That was trim. I believe it was this one, but it doesn't seem like that's working. Guess we could just get that set up really quickly. I wonder why it's not working. Joystick. Speed brake extend a notch. Why is that not working then? Extend a notch. Alright. Does it work? Still doesn't. Well, at least that works. I guess we could get that out. Oh, keyboard works. That's nice at least. Alright, what about that? Does that go back? No, it doesn't. Alright, seems like we got some message approach. VREP not selected. That's fine since we're not really doing any flight. We're gonna get that extended, or more or less ready by just doing that. There we go. A bit too low, but that's fine. We're approaching into the area. Might be wondering why there's only white trees, nothing else except where the airport is. The reason is quite simple. It's only because I do not have I do not use winterizer, or else it hasn't worked for me. So we don't have ortho, don't have winter orthos. So that's the reason why. But now we're getting into New York. You can tell my settings are pretty high actually. Visual effects are on high, texture quality is on high, number of world objects is on maximum. Friction detail, I keep that on minimal, unless I'm flying over a large area of water. Anti-aliasing 4 times, and anisotropic building is at 4 times. I'm not using Vulkan at the moment because it always turns it off and tells me to upgrade my drivers. That was because I was in a bit of a, I want to call it, I was in a beta version. So that explains it, but yeah. And then we're gonna start slowing down. This plane has some really powerful engines. Totally forgot about that. They're both flying the Airbus and Cessna. You know how it is, you fly a Cessna, go into a 737, it's not really the same. Other than that, it seems like we're a bit too low on the glide slope. I don't see it because of all the snow.
1,000 feet stabilized, Mr. Bridge altitude.
Go for terrain radar. And then, right now, I set weather for clear, so yeah. Nothing much, that's our terrain radar. We can always do our lights and test, we know everything's working. Usually we would do that on the ground. Other than that, we're already on a landing, so that would go all the way down there. We do our landing checklist. Actually, have it to my left. Sorry, there's sorry if there were any mic crackles. I was kind of just moving my mic so it was a bit close to my mouth. Didn't want it to be too loud. Other than that, I do have a checklist to my left. So yeah, we're approaching the buildings are white, which is what I extremely like. Like the tops are white, so it actually gets winter, not like it's just snowed on the ground and on the trees, or just on the ground. You should check out the SAM manager. Oh, I completely forgot that I had trim on this. Alright, I've just realized that, so why not? I could just go to joystick and then go to here, and then why not? What is it called? Spoilers, speed brakes. Speed brakes. Oh, that's for the flight factor. Speed brakes extend 1. Light and then speed brakes retract 1. Alright, retract 1. There we go. Now it's does it work? Oh, it does. Alright, that's nice. Does work. Yeah, we do have trim here. It's nice. Where I would usually pan, I have that. That's nice.
300.
Seems like we're on a nice solid approach. The car's just loaded into the parking lot. I wonder what that is. Or what that is. That is the. I always forget what it's called. Other than that, we're at 200 feet. We're gonna start trimming the plane up a bit.
100.
If you were to be in an Airbus, this would be Category
40,
1 manual flying.
30.
We're gonna just have
20,
some small throttle. Gonna
10,
flare it a lot. Flare, flare, flare. Try to land on the touchdown points. There we go. 90. And yeah, so yeah, I just arrived at Newark Liberty. And yeah. To be going to our next airport shortly. It's gonna be the LaGuardia, so what I guess we could do, we could just get off, runway, turn around, get flaps 3. I guess we could do a takeoff. So see you when I get lined up. So one thing I forgot to do is replay it for you guys. So let's just do that right now. As you could see, pretty nice. I flared a bit too much, that caused the plane to kind of fall down. Suspension did help us. Here's a tip: if you flare too much, your plane will start falling down, or it will start rising, as it is in some cases. I can go for the right side wing view. I think if ever my spoilers actually, oh, my spoilers were extended. Well, that's actually a bit sad. I think I actually rejected it a bit later. Sad that I left it out. That's why we were falling so fast, because at slow speeds, spoilers out just pretty much makes your plane go so much faster down. And another way you could tell if the landing is smooth or not is if you actually look at the shadow of the wing. You'll see how slow it gets, or how fast it is. Anyway, so far our landing, all of our landings today were butters. So we do have flaps 3. We will get it set for projected takeoff. And I'll just line up and I'll see you guys in a little. So right now we're taking off in the exact same runway we were landing on. You can go N1, that's auto throttle. That it seems like we're already going up, don't know why. It seems like trim. But definitely trim. That's why I have takeoff configuration. It's the trim. Seems like we would have projected that takeoff. That's fine.
Positive rate.
Let's go for manual flying, manual engines. Is it good enough? Oh, we'll start making a left turn. do the expressway visual. It's actually my favorite visual. My favorite actual
1,000.
way to land at Bergen. So I'm gonna do an expressway visual. So we're gonna slow down to around 150 knots or so. Make a left. Get spoilers here and make sure it's loud. So now we're gonna follow right behind it. Alright, so the expressway visual, it's not that challenging actually. Gotta have a watchful eye. Right now we're gonna continue straight, go to the other side of New York City. We'll make a left turn. That's where Nitros gonna go. Other than that, after takeoff, our gear should be in the off position. Taxiways would come off. You would go back to continuous, more or less, since we're gonna be landing anyway, so don't really need to change that. Auto brakes, anti-skid will come off. In this case, we're going to be landing shortly, so that can come on to 2. Around that, we're going to maintain 3,500 for the beginning of this approach. We're going to be descending down to 1,000. After we descend down to 1,000, we're going to make a right turn, follow the expressway, continue descending more and more. Yeah. I'll try with my throttle, like keep it all the way back and then it goes all the way forward. It's like there's a dead zone of some sort or something like that. That's not reading it correctly. Alright, other than that, we can see the runway right there. That's the runway we're going to be following forth, and we're going to make a right turn. Let's have some spoilers on it. Just to help us, since we're a bit too fast, like a lot too fast. We're at like 230 knots, we should be at around 150 at this point. We should be going towards 150. So other than that, we're gonna just nose up a bit. Get trim back up. And we can get spoilers back for armed. Flaps can go to 5. Going to continue a left turn. And here's a tip for Max Alex. You see this red tape and this yellow tape. Never have your spoilers in the red, or never have your flaps in the red tape, because you would get damage, and that would cause the plane to start turning in a random direction. That's what happened during your flight that you were doing some time ago. Alright, gear can go down, and flaps can come down to 10. Alright, after flaps are down to 10, I guess we can just check our settings. I do have setting with realism hardware. Just gonna make sure we have something with our display. Long LED strobes. Just that, dude. That just we have our strobes off. We should have our wing lights on, that's one thing. Oh, do we want to have that off, or do we want to have it on short? No, I'm gonna look a video up later, see if it should be on long or short. But it kind of just depends on the aircraft you're flying and how old it is. Other than that, we're at 160 knots, that's a good enough speed. Alright, right down here you should have something known as the twin silos. Or that's what they call it, the twin silos, 2 silos. Whatever you call it on the approach. There's an expressway in front of it, so right when we get there, I believe it's going to be a right turn heading like 090 or 080. I guess we could have that set up for 08090, I guess. 090 would work, I believe that should be it. Other than that, we have in sight, right next to it, maintain 1,500, turn that nose up a bit. You're going to make a right turn heading 090 and follow the expressway. That's a really neat approach. Especially in nice weather, like it's really beautiful. Yeah, we can't just sit on my pew, so it looks all nice. Alright, I doubt it was 090, but it actually was 090, this is the expressway. Alright, I think it might have been 080, let's try 080, just to get on track. Yeah, it was definitely 080. Around that, looking at the overhead, everything is set, packs are all set, oxygen, it's all set. Alright, so flap's gonna go to 30. Let's run this approach. Forgetting that's spoilers, not my actual trim. Alright, let's see. Approach VREF not selected, it's fine. Alright, now we're gonna start descending to 1,000 and less. It'll be just over, but pretty low actually. We want to be low for this approach. We don't want to be too high. Haven't really seen 730s on real life do this approach. It's more or less E319s and some smaller planes. The thing I don't know is if we make a turn down here or down there. I bet it's a bit further down. But yeah, I think we have to go a bit further.
1,000.
So it makes a nice left
1,000
turn.
feet, stabilized, Mr.
For
Birch,
the,
altitude set.
Where we need to be. Alright, now we're just going to continue straight. We're at 1,000 feet, so we can start leveling off a bit. Here we are going to make a left turn. Nice slow turn. Go back into our regular cockpit view. And we should be aligning for the runways. Now we're going to start slowing down. We're going to go to 150 knots. Not in the actual procedure, but yeah.
Glide slow.
I guess we don't really have any glide slopes, so that's one of the reasons. That's the runway we're landing on. So we're just going to add some rudder to help us with the turn. Add some right and left rudder. There we go. We're going to start decreasing our throttle. Don't know why it keeps jumping up like that. Other than that was our approach. We're going to use a bit of a sync rate.
400.
We already know why we're pretty low anyway for the runway. Kind of overshot the turn.
300.
That's fine. We can we have some time for correction. If anything, we would do a go around. Don't know why there's a helipad in the middle of the on the water.
100. 50. 40.
Alright,
30.
look, here we go.
20.
Going to
10.
be right. And that'll fall back. There we go. It's a great landing. The reversers come out. Alright. And I believe we already have one right where we'll be landing at. Don't quite remember which one it was going to be. Alright, we just did our nice visual approach. And let's see what the tower saw. Well, they definitely saw us overshoot, but let's just not mind that too much. So here we go. We're going on our approach. The approach looks pretty fine and dandy. You could see we did a bit of a stall, I guess you could say. We kind of fell down. Other than that, it was pretty good. I like Airbus. Actually, it's a bit better for landing, especially at a smaller airport like this. Especially when you're doing an approach like this. Other than that, it wasn't too bad. So we could do one of these views for once. Haven't really done that.
2,500.
What I do like is how the snow does go
50. 40.
where the airport
30.
is. That's something I absolutely love. And there we go. That's a bit of a late touch now, but it's good enough. As long as we stop, we're good. Actually, when I arrived, I landed on runway 04. We had to have a hard braking, just because that runway, if you actually look, is a lot shorter than this one. So if you were to do the highway visual, which is going down that way, making a turn, a nice turn, and continuing onto the runway, it would be much easier to do this approach into 7.3. But I believe the runway is actually shorter. So I don't know what my next airport's going to be. If not, that will include this video. Try to think of another airport. Don't really have any other airports, so I guess this will just conclude our video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. And just so you know, I will be doing a live stream, hopefully this Saturday, since my new bike finally arrived. And yeah, let's just hope everything goes well, and that I actually set it up correctly, because last time I've had some viewers saying that they couldn't see me doing it. So it would be nice to do it correctly for once. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.